I was once told anonymously that I'm not funny, but my music is awesome. And it's somewhat serendipitous that life has cycled back to that phrase here for season 3. So here are 4 films that I like that most probably hate. I'm Zach Bishop. Welcome to 4 Films. In 2006, a book was published by living legend and asshole extraordinaire Tucker Max. Mr. Max put his collected adventures into one single glorious tome. I hope they serve beer in hell. This truly disturbingly funny book is now just a relic of a more lawless time. And despite learning from this very book itself that Tucker is one of the worst living human beings of all time, you go along with him for the ride. Now eventually he changed his ways because basically he grew up. Because if not, then he would truly just be a horrible, horrible person. But still, his hilariously heinous stories did live on, and in 2011 they made a film version. And guess what? If you haven't guessed by the title of my video, this movie sucked. But damn it all to hell, it has some of his spirit in it, and that's the thing that draws me to it. And really the worst part of the film is that it's not big enough. It needs to be more of a gigantic spectacle to really elevate it to the level of his stories. But instead it is a mostly forgettable film. And yet, much like the book, it sickens me and draws me in at the same time. So, I guess, Tucker, I'll see you in hell, buddy. Up next is the remake of When a Stranger Calls. I really like this film. It has a great atmosphere of tension and isolation. And right away you know that as a horror movie, it has 2 strikes against it. 1, it's a remake, and 2, it's rated PG-13. And it's not that either of those things are inherently bad, it's just it doesn't usually bode well for a horror film. Starring in the film is Camilla Belle, and she's great, and she should have played Rinoa in the Final Fantasy VIII movie. There's Rinoa with Squall. In minor roles we have Agent Coulson and Ruby/Laurel. They're both okay. And I think for a very grounded PG-13 thriller, it's perfectly fine. It was made back in a time when every film wasn't trying to be a big event, and having that smaller scope really makes it feel more creepy. You get more connected to the character because you have to be right there in the house with her in the middle of nowhere with some creep following you around. I mean, I'm sure most can relate, especially if you know me. So what I'm saying is, it's definitely worth a watch. Third up is a film that I have definitely talked about before. Blair Witch 2, Book of Shadows. Or Book of Shadows, Blair Witch 2. Here, just watch the clip. Next up is Book of Shadows, Blair Witch 2. Or Blair Witch Project 2, Book of Shadows. Or okay, I know this movie is bad, but there is a good story in there. You just need a good cast, a good director, and for the love of God, get an editor with some level of skill and competence. I mean, they spliced in these gruesome, violent scenes that don't really matter in the long run. There's no context to them. And as I said before, this is a universally hated film, and I agree, it sucks. And that's partly because the way it's presented sucks. Splicing in scenes of random, incoherent violence throughout your film doesn't make it spooky, it doesn't make it hardcore and gory or badass or anything, it just makes it a goddamn mess. But also, once again, it's the concept that's very interesting to me. That's why I wrote my own script for my version of it. The very idea that your own perception could be completely altered, whether it be by your own mind or by some outside supernatural force, is really terrifying and interesting. It comes down to, is it the character's fractured psyche that makes them see this shit? Or is it really a supernatural witch? The choice is yours and yours alone. I'd still like to make that film, so whoever's running the Blair Witch shit, just let me make my movie. Contact me. You contact me. For once, okay? You can contact me. Last up is a funny, ridiculous, and wild ride of friendship. And aliens. Of course, I'm talking about The Watch. This film has a somewhat divided view of it. Some reviews call it juvenile and unfunny, while I think it has great improvised lines, some, and the sense of a team of strangers becoming friends. Not just friends, real friends. Best friends. And while not all the jokes land, and the timing of its release was very, very bad, they changed the name from Neighborhood Watch to The Watch. To me, a lot of the jokes did land, and when it comes down to it, it's really a story about acceptance, not judging the unknown, and trust. Best friends. Trust is actually a big part of the story. Yes, it is a somewhat generic alien invasion film, but it's done in such a way that it's almost in the background. So I could see why people might be bored with it or like, oh, this is very forgettable. But in reality, it's the character development that happens with 4 big personalities that improvised a lot of stuff. And that's not always a good thing to improvise so much, but sometimes it works. And I think they captured a lot of moments that do work. Vince Vaughn is at his best in this film. Of course, with Ben Stiller and Jonah Hill, you have more great performances. And of course, Richard Ayoade is amazing, as always. It's definitely worth a watch if you've never seen The Watch. And that's the last time I say The Watch. As a little surprise, I found Camilla Bell's phone number. So I'm going to call her back in fictional time.
Hello?
Hey Camilla Bell, my name is Zack Bishop. Have you seen my show 4 Films? I think you should check it out. And hey, Camilla.
Hello?
Hey Camilla, it's me, Zack Bishop again. Would you be interested in working with me on my YouTube video?
I don't think so.
Okay, I understand. It's just that you're so talented and beautiful. I thought you could help me out.
Thank you.
Really? You're not gonna listen to what I have to say?
Hello?
Hey Camilla, it's me, Zack again. Are you sure you've never seen 4 Films? I think you should watch it because it's a good show. I think it's a good show. Many people should watch it. It's a good show. You should check it out. Call me back.
Hello?
Hey Camilla, it's me, Zack. Have you subscribed to my channel yet?
Assholes. I know it's you.
You know it's me? Oh my god, how do you know it's me?
I can see your name on caller ID, genius.
Oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. But since I already got you on the line, why don't you just watch one of my videos, subscribe to my channel.
You better cut this out.
Well, it's not like I'm recording this conversation or anything. that would be weird. Camilla?
Hello?
Hey, if you're on Facebook or Twitter, I could just send you the link. No problem.
Hello?
I don't think you understand, Camilla. I need more subscribers. So if you get a chance, watch the video and smash that like button. Camilla, you still there?
Long Valley Police.
He called me again.
What did he say?
He's out there.
You're safe inside that house. If he wanted to break in, he wouldn't be calling you.
But he must want something.
Listen to me, Miss. It's just some asshole trying to hassle you.
There has to be a reason why you keep on calling me.
Well, actually, there is.
If you're not trying to scare me, what do you want?
I want you to subscribe to my Patreon.
Stop
Listen to me. We traced the call. It's coming from inside the house. You hear me? It's coming from inside the house.